Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and in this video I'm going to do my debt update for the ending of February 2024, and I'm also going to give you guys a little bit of bonus, and I'm going to do the three biggest mistakes that I've made with money in my 20s and 30s. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Like I said, my name is Melissa, and I am on a debt-free journey, you guys. So take a look around. I hope you stick around for the duration of my journey to see the progresses that I'm going to be making. I'm claiming it. And if you are not new, welcome back, you guys. Thank you so much. It's lovely to speak with you guys again. And before I start, I want to say a big thank you for everyone that has subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate for taking the time out to see what I'm doing. You don't have to, but you do. So this is very, I'm appreciative. So I appreciate you guys. And if you're new here and you, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. So let's jump into the video. So this is for the end of February. This is the debt that I'm going to be starting the month of March off with. So let's get going. Right off the bat, I have a few debts that were paid off in the month of January that I am not currently using. So Venus, Carter's, Famous Footwear, and Chase are all paid off. And I am not using those cards right now. I think the next one that's coming up is a card that I am currently using, which is my Capital One #2 card. And as of right now, I started the month of February with a balance of $1,316.77. And I had a few suggestions to throw the interest rates in there. So this card is at a variable interest rate at 26.47%. My minimum payment is $25. And in the month of February, I was able to pay an extra payment of $22.22. So the ending balance for the month is $1,269.55. All right. So next up is the next card that was paid off is Marcus, and I ended up paying off this card before I tackled the Capital One #2 card because this card was a card that I used on my cruise, and because it was in my budget in YNAB, I allocated money and paid it off. So it is paid off. I'm just not going to move it around. So next up is my Apple Card. My Apple Card started at $1,098.26. That is at a 27.24%, a minimum payment of $25. I didn't make an extra payment this month, but everything that was charged to the card, I know I used it to pay my phone bill and I used it to pay my cable bill. I was able to pay those back. There is a $71.28 that is left to be paid, which will be paid off before the statement closes, the end of day today. So I'm ending the balance with $1,144.54. So it's not too bad. Next up is my Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm is at a 0% interest. I started with $27.94 for the balance. I made my minimum payment of $67. There was no extra payment. There was no purchases. And like I said, the interest is at a zero balance. So I'm ending with $27.27 for my balance, $2,727. And for my Apple Card, I always pay the statement balance off. So I usually don't get charged interest. And I'm doing the same thing with Capital One #2. Okay, next up is my Discover card. So my Discover card started the month of February with $5,944.83. I have an interest rate of 29.99%. I made the minimum payment of $176. I made an extra payment of 96.48. The interest after the statement closed was 72.83, and I ended the month with 57.45 and 18 cents. So that's $5,745 and 18 cents. Okay, so let's talk about it, you guys. Mistake number one that I made with money was I never budgeted. I didn't know how to budget. I didn't know how to guide my money. I didn't know how to steward my money. So I was making big mistakes, and I was in big pitfalls with money because I didn't have a budget. So what I would do, I would know that I had certain things to pay that had a set minimum payment, but there was times that I used that minimum payment to do something else because I didn't have a budget. I would just go and do things willy-nilly and just, do things by the seat of my pants. So first up, what you need to do, you need to create a budget. Now let's move on. Next up is my Capital One number one card. Now, this is my card with the highest limit, but also the highest balance. The total that I started the month of February with was $13,730.15. It is also at a variable rate of 28.15%. I made my minimum payment of $442, some extra payment of $26.26, and I had interest come out for $449.32, and I'm ending the month with $13,711 and 21 cents. So now, reason why the interest was so high, I ended up changing my due date for this card in the month of December. So January, I didn't have a statement, so there was a long period of time between the time that the card closed in the month of December to when it closed in the month of actually February. So that's why the interest falls in this month. So it should be a little bit better going forward. Next up is my student loan. So my student loan payment is the balance started at $1,627.58. It is at a 5% interest rate with a $40 minimum payment. So I didn't make any extra payment. I can't do any purchases, and I lost $4.04 to interest. So I ended the month with $1,591.62. Next up is my 401k loan. I started the month off with $14,502.82. It is at a 6% interest rate. Monthly minimum payment is $442, and it's bi-weekly through my paycheck, so it doesn't come to me. Here we go again. It's not purchases. This is actually interest of $69.54. I don't know why I put that there. Big mistake of mine. So $69.54 for the interest that I lost. And I'm ending the month with $14,130.36. So the next time I make a payment in the month of March, I should be under the $14,000 limit. So, okay, you guys, let's get into mistake number two that I've made with money. So, because I never had a budget, even when I started budgeting, now I had no discipline. I had absolutely zero discipline with money at all. So even when I made a budget and I set the budget, I couldn't stick to it. I did not stick to the budget. So because of no discipline, I budget, $200 for groceries, and I go into the store and I'm like, oh, I would like this, and I would just keep taking things, not because I needed it, but because I wanted it and because I didn't have any discipline. So not only do you need to make a budget, but you also need to stick to that budget. Let's move on. Next up is One Main, and this is the loan that I am focusing on as of right now. Started at $14,783.49. This is at a whopping 24.99%. I made the minimum payment of $507.90. I made extra payment of $92.04, and the interest that I lost was no. Interest that I lost was $275.50, and that left me at a balance of $14,459.05. So next up is Lending Club, which is my second personal loan. I started at $24,452.64. This one is at an 18.74% interest rate. My minimum payment, which is the killer in my budget, is $1,059.22. I made no extra payment and no purchases can be made. I lost $343.69 in interest, and I'm ending the month with $23,737.11. And last up is my auto loan. I started at $40,601.65. This loan is at a 6.19%. My minimum payment is $939.23. No extra payment was made. I can't make purchases, and I only lost $185.40 in interest. That leaves me a balance under the $40,000 mark of $39,847.82. So, okay, you guys, mistake number three that I made in my 20s, and I would say early 30s to mid 30s, was I was living above my means. So, I ended up getting cars because I felt like I could afford it. Not afford it to the point where I had a surplus of money, but afford it to the point of that's all the income I had, so because I wanted to appear like I had it. I wanted to live and keep up with the Joneses and keep up with the Johnsons and the Smiths. I was really trying to do all of that, and because of those things, I lived above my means. So I ended up, getting these car payments that was really outrageous. And then for my other expenses, I would use credit cards. So not only was I getting these credit cards, but I was overusing them because I was supporting a habit that I had no business doing. I was trying to do too much, and doing too much got me to this place. Okay, so I needed to stay in my lane and live way below my means, within my means, not above. So that was my third mistake. All right, let's keep on moving. I started the month of February with a total debt of $120,852.19. I made my minimum payments of $3,723.35, extra payments of $237. Purchases was $71.28, and I'm going to make this red because that's a bad thing for me. So I'll make this one up here red also. And I should go ahead and make all these interest payments red, right? I agree. Okay. So total interest that I lost out of paying $3,000, I lost $1,400.32. That brings my total debt balance down to 1,000. That would be lovely. To $118,363.44. So I am below the $120,000 mark. Total payments, principal payments that went out is $2,488.75. So that's huge. I wish it was this $3,000 here, but I will take 2,000. So I had created a new section on here, which is my debt progress. And let's just zoom in a little bit. Okay, so my debt progress. I started my debt-free journey in the month of October 2023. My balance then was $123,217.48. And last month's total was this number up here for $120,852.19. This month's total is $118,363.44. I paid off $2,488.75. The percentage paid off this month was only 2.6% of my total debt. My overall debt reduction since starting this journey is $4,854.04. And the overall paid off from my starting amount is 3.94%. So it is not, a big amount, but I will take it because what I'm doing is I am chipping away at this amount little by little. So every little bit helps. And there's another spreadsheet that I want to show you guys. So just stand by. So this spreadsheet here is my consumer debt. I've been doing this spreadsheet since 2019. So let's take a look. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. So Marcus, Venus, Carter's, Famous Footwear, and Chase are all paid off. Capital One, look at the comparison from January to February. $1,316.77. I went down to $1,269.55. In the For Discover, the month of January is $5,944.83. February is now at $5,745.18. Apple Card is the only one that went up. So I was at $1098.26 and now I'm at $1144. So this is just a comparison of the numbers that you saw on the previous page. So my total credit card debt went down just about $300 from $24,884.01 to $25,597.48. My total, I would say, I call this the loans section. I was at 94,340 and 60 cents, and I went down to 92,174 and 34 cents. So this is huge progress. This number here is the difference from December 2023 to January 2024. So I had reduced my debt by $5,040.61 in the month of January, and that was due to my bonus payout. So if you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the cards for you guys to take a look. So here we are, $2,488.75 for the month of February. So hopefully in the month of March, I will be able to reduce my debt maybe by 3,000. That is my goal, is to reduce my debt by $3,000 in principal payment. Okay. So you guys, if you've stuck around this long, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I enjoy the community. I would love to chit chat with you guys in the comment section below. And please stay tuned. Follow along with my journey just to see me win to knock this debt out. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.